Hi everybody, I'm Beth the Steadfast Stitcher, and this is part 2 of my WIP Parade. I uploaded part 1 yesterday. I was hoping to make it through everything I worked on in 2024, but unfortunately my phone didn't have all the memory I needed to do all of those. So I have part 2 today, and these are the letter R through Y. So I'm doing it in alphabetical order by pattern name. So A through Q are in part 1 of the video. So why don't we get started? And I apologize, I was hoping to get this up last night, but by the end of filming and uploading yesterday's part 1, I developed a really bad headache, and I decided not to do a part 2 when my head was pounding on me. So, all right, part 2, enough of that. So yesterday we ended with the Red Fox, which is a full coverage from Stitches So Beautiful. And today we're going to start off with Reading from Twin Peak Primitives. This isn't the best picture. You'll see when I show what I have so far that it is much prettier than this. But from the printout. But it is a Jane Austen quote. And it says, "I declare there is no enjoyment like reading." And it's a nice small pattern. It's one of the few smalls that I didn't finish that I set out to finish last year. I'm doing this on 18 count Fiddler's Ada. And this is where I'm at so far. So yeah, the colors are much prettier in person than the actual photo. And that's mainly my printer to blame for that. But yeah, she's quite nice. I've been working on the bookcase and the border. And she's just really pretty. It's going to be a nice one when I have it finished. So I'm definitely planning on a 2025 finish for this one. Next up is one I also would like to finish in 2025. I do have a habit of really going for the BAPs, the big arts projects, or big awesome projects. I think I heard Cross Stitch on the Globe say that maybe. But yeah, big awesome projects. So this is Riley Harbor by Kathy Barrick. This doesn't qualify as a BAP, but there's a lot of solid stitching in this, and it's really pretty. I love the village scene, and the whale and the tall ships are terrific. I am doing this with the DMC, and it is, I believe it's 18 count, but let me double check. It is 18 count Squirrel from Bestitch Me. And this is where I'm at on it so far. So I'm about halfway done. I still have the big whale to do, which will be a lot of stitching and some more houses and tall ships. But they're solid colors, so it does go fairly quickly. I just think this is a really nice village scene, and I got the PDF off of her Etsy site, Kathy Barrick's, and it went really nicely into Pattern Keeper, which makes it even more easy. But this is a very fun stitch, and I am looking forward to getting back to it. It is on my WIPCO board for 2025. So I am planning on a finish for this one as well. Now this next one, definitely not going for a finish. This is one of a few full coverages. But this is Sarah's Diner. And I'm going to put a picture up here. Now, I had started this and then I stopped. There was a error in the pattern, and the correction had been sent out. But the new pattern didn't just correct the symbol that was duplicated. It changed all the symbols in the pattern. So I need to get back to this one and load up the new pattern in Pattern Keeper and figure out which symbols that I have done, because they're all new. But yeah, this is pretty colors. I love that it's a nighttime autumn scene. Really pretty little village, and it is a joy to stitch on. And Stitch is so beautiful. By the way, if you like full coverages, they are having a sale right now till the end of the year. They're on Etsy, so do go check them out. Next, we have a piece from Heartstring Samplery. This is one I really want to get back to because it is so much fun. This is Scary Sampler by Heartstring Samplery. And what got me first was the Doctor Who reference with the statue for Don't Blink, the Weeping Angel. And then there's a whole bunch of other references to different movies, like the pods. It's got the Death Star on here. It's got, I'm forgetting the name of the dinosaur from Jurassic Park. The Whomping Willow from Harry Potter. So yeah, there's a ton of references in this one, and she lists them all out in the pattern. But it is a lot of fun. And it says, I will die here where I have walked, and I will walk here though I am in my grave. And this is a good sized piece. I am doing this on 20 count Dust Bunnies medium from Dying for Cross Stitch. And this is where I'm at on it so far. So it is fun to do, and I'm looking forward to doing more. There is a little bit of over one on here, but I'm thinking I might leave it off. Excuse me. Yeah, there's just a little bit of over one, so I might leave that off or make a little bit of a change to the pattern and just do it all over so that it's all over one on Ada, because I wasn't paying enough attention when I picked fabric on that one. That was my fault. Oh, I'm going to pause for a second. Train incoming. You do hear trains by my house in case you haven't watched my Flosstubes before. I try to pause before the train horn sounds. I don't mind the trains because I love trains, so it never bothers me, but I know hearing a train horn would not be the most pleasant thing on a video. This next one is so pretty, and I was enabled again by Laura Stitching by the Shore. And she did this one, and it's from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it is Serena Sprout. I am absolutely in love with these colors. I'm thinking this would be a really nice one to focus on during the springtime because it just reminds me of a spring witch. And I love her dress and her hat. I think this is so pretty. I have a few Autumn Lane Witches. I've started this one, and I have a little start on the Lunar Witch. And I have my eye on a couple more because I really do like them. All right, so I am doing this on Be Stitch Me. This is 22 count at the pond. And the color is just gorgeous. Love it. The fabric, I don't know if it's kind of washing out a little bit. It looks more gray than lavender, but it's definitely more of a lavender and kind of a pale spring green. And just goes really well with this design. Oh, I'm going to show this is one of my favorite needle minders. It says, my housekeeping style is best described as there appears to have been a struggle. Perfect for me. Especially after doing this WIP Parade. I have a little bit of a mess separating everything out. I will be doing a WIP Parade by the end of the year of all the older WIPs that didn't get any attention in 2024. But that'll probably be this next weekend and not right away. All right, so this next one is another long dog. Oh, got folded. All right, so this is Spangled from Long Dog Samplers. And I love this one. I am using all the called for colors. So I believe it's Classic Colorworks. Gentle Arts. Gentle Arts, and it does have a DMC conversion as well. But it's a beautiful design. It's quite a good size. It's 205 by 277. And you can see there's so many stars in this one. Oh, I did a bad job of folding that, but this is where I'm at. So I've got tons of stars to do. This uses a lot of DMC black or the gas mask. I believe it's mascara. Let me double check. No, mascara I think is Weeks Dye Works. Raven, Weeks Dye Works, Gassed Raven. But yeah, I think this is beautiful, and it's going to be a big one. I'm doing this on 20 count Ada, and with all the called for colors. Next, this is one, another full coverage, and definitely not going to be getting this done in the coming year, but I do love it. I started this with Dawn Enchanting Stitches, and this is Spirit of Autumn from Heaven and Earth Designs. Ciro Marchetti is the artist. But just look at all the little foxes and the little fox cubs down here. And all these beautiful autumnal colors. It's gorgeous. This one is $6.75 by $4.94. It's a full coverage, so it's not going to be done for a while. It's a fibbed. Finish it before I die. So, this got started, I believe, in October or November of this year, so this is all I've got on it so far. You can start to see some of the autumn colors peeking through a little bit. Mostly black so far, but I am starting to see more autumn leaves. I'm doing this on 28 count easy grid over 1. Next one is another full coverage that I started with Dawn. We both had this one, and I love this. She is further along than I am, but she is a very fast stitcher. See, this is Mini Spirit of the Dragonfly. Sorry, the pattern got a little bent up. It's Heaven and Earth Designs. Carol Cavalaris was the designer of this. It is 260 by 328. I'm also doing this on 28 count easy grid, and this is where I'm at so far on this one. I do have both Spirit of Autumn and Spirit of the Dragonfly on my WIP Go board. Those are my 2 full coverages on my WIP Go board. So I'm hoping to see a good deal more progress on both of these. Not finishes, but definitely good progress. This was a Sal that started the first day of summer this past year, and I started it with Laura, Stitching by the Shore. And it is Stitching by the Shore, no, I'm sorry, Summer by the Shore Sal. I'm doing this on Barefoot Needle Art Fabric, Spring Seas, 18 count. And this is Summer Quaker from Lila's Studio. Another big, beautiful pattern. Now, if you're doing this one, be sure to check out Lila Studio's website, because there are several corrections to this pattern on her website. So you do want to check that out if you're working on this one. And so this is where I'm at with Summer by the Shore. Summer Quaker, Summer by the Shore Sal. But yeah, beautiful pattern. And I love a good Quaker. This one's going to be big. But it is a fun stitch. And this one is also on my WIP board. And sorry for the zippers, but I am big on making sure everything gets put back right away, because I've had some issues in the past where things have gone MIA. All right, next up, we're with the Squirrel from Owl Forest Embroidery, and I love this little guy. And I don't have much done on this yet. He kind of got put aside in favor of some other projects, but he is really adorable and a great piece for fall to work on. I love his little acorn he's holding and the leaves. So this is on 20 count Aida, and it's just a plain cream Aida that I got at my LNS, and this is where I'm at on this one so far. But yeah, this is going to be really adorable. I just need to get back to it. And I am using oh my goodness, Owl Forest threads. This one, oh my gosh, I love this one so much. This is also Owl Forest. Wow, I need to take speaking lessons today. This is Star Dragon. It also has a companion piece called Moon Deer, which I've also purchased. But I want to finish Star Dragon first before I go on to Moon Deer. And this is just so gorgeous. And I am using the Owl Forest threads for it. Ooh, come on. I am doing this on 25 count sugar cream pie from Dying for Cross Stitch over 1 with the Owl Forest threads. Oops, just banged my camera. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is so pretty. I can't wait till I get down to those reds and the flowers. Oh my gosh. And the dragon on this is so elegant. This I'm using for the Year of the Dragon style that was started by Hugo Stitcher. And so it's a beauty. And I believe this one's also on my WIP board. Alright, next up after Star Dragon. Oh, did I get out of order? Okay, nope. All right. These are 2 patterns that I put together in one project bag. I used this small sampler to put it under the S's, but there's 2 that I'm working on. There's this small sampler, which is this one, and then I think it's further back in the book. Our Whimsy House, which is this one. And both of these beautiful patterns come from the Teresa Koga book, Love Lives Here. And there are some fabulous patterns in here. There isn't one in this book that I don't want to do. But currently I have this small sampler and our Whimsy House active. I started the small sampler first and then our Whimsy House second. All right, so this small sampler I'm doing on 25 count Storm Clouds. I think it's called Vintage Storm Clouds from Zweigart. And this is where I'm at with this small sampler. Very fun stitch. I'm using all the called for colors. Oh, excuse me. Be right back. Sorry about that. In addition to having that headache I mentioned, I woke up really congested this morning, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I feel fine, And now that the headache's gone. All right, so next one is our Whimsy House, which has got that really cute bird on it. I'm doing this on 22 count Badlands from Stitch Me. And this is where I'm at with that one. I just think that bird's adorable. Again, I'm using all the called forth colors on this one. And it is a very fun stitch. So yeah, if you have not checked it out, Love Lives Here from Teresa Kogut is a wonderful book. And yeah, there isn't a pattern here that I don't want to stitch. I think it's one of my favorite books from her. I really love it. This next one is on my WIP board. I don't think I'm going for a finish, but I would like to make some serious progress. It's been kind of put to the side for no good reason. And it needs some love. And I'm hoping I have the cover photo. Please tell me I have the cover photo. I don't. Alright. So I will put the cover photo up here. This is Thurza Priscilla Dawes from Hemlock and Rye Studio, which is a Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, Julie, and I'm doing this on 36 count. Picture this plus, and where I'm at. I love the colors in this one. They are so much fun. I definitely want to put more time into this one in the coming year. It is a really enjoyable stitch, and I think it's going to be gorgeous when it's finished. So yes, this is on my WIP board. So it'll definitely get its 5 days, and it'll get a good amount of attention during Sampler September. So we'll see how far I can get with it. I'm hoping a good bit. All right, next up is Village Sampler from Prairie Schooler. And I believe it was a Soulful Stitcher I saw finish this one, and it was really pretty. So it kind of inspired me to work on this one as well. But it's a really nice village scene. Big blocks of color. My only thing with this one is I'm not thrilled with the fabric. But that was entirely my doing. That wasn't even the called for. But I had it in my stash. So I don't know. It may get a restart at some point on a different fabric. But this is where I'm at with it so far. And it's coming along nicely. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of this 18 count fabric. The holes are bigger than I would like. Even though it's 18 count, it's, yeah. But it is a really pretty village scene, and I do want to get this more done on this. I just need to make up my mind if I'm going to restart and change fabrics. Alright, so next up is the Winter Sampler from Crochet Go-Go. Under A's, I had the Autumn Sampler from Crochet Go-Go. And I have more done on that one than I do on this one, but they're both beautiful. Oh my gosh, the moose on here is so totally cute, and I love the foxes. And that snowy owl at the top is beautiful. The house is gorgeous too, but I am a house nut for sure. I am doing this on Dying for Cross Stitch, 18 count. It's in the Shadows Light. And I really like this fabric choice with this because the snowy owl does stand out on this fabric, and I think it's really pretty. I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. And I have a feeling this is going to be out in the next week to work on. Especially, you know, with Christmas coming up and New Year's. And if you, my Cross and Books group will be open, by the way. Our Zoom will be open Christmas Eve all day, Christmas Day all day, New Year's Eve all day, and New Year's Day all day. So you're welcome to come join us. I will link the group below, and you can come check it out. This next one is from Twin Peak Primitives, and it's not a BAP, it's just a really pretty pattern. This is a freebie from Twin Peak Primitives, and I have not checked if it's still available, but it is Winter Tranquility, and it's a really nice stitch. I love the cardinal. That is a lot of white stitching in this. But the bunny and the deer are so cute, and the house is just beautiful. Alright, so this is where I'm at with Winter Tranquility. So I've got a good bit done, and I've got a lot of white stitching left to do. I have the deer to do and finish off the snow on the roof. I've gotten a start on that. I'm using all the called for colors except for the tree. I didn't have the called for the tree, so I ended up using Weeks Dye Works Rum Raisin. And I think it's coming out very nice because Rum Raisin has some variegation to it. And I think it's just looking really good for this tree. So that is Winter Tranquility by Twin Peak Primitives. Now this one is not on my WIPCO board, but it is going to get pulled out for the 13th of every month for Darktober stitching. And this is Woodcut Stitch Witch from Raven Coven. They're on Etsy. But look at that dragon up there. I love that. And then she's stitching a raven. And then the cat with its spine. I think this is so cool. So I am doing this on this gorgeous fabric from Barefoot Needle Arts that they dyed. And it's called Sea Lavender. And I'm doing it on 18 count. And yeah, this fabric is fabulous. And I think the Woodcut Stitch Witch is going to look fantastic on here. So yeah, this is a very fun stitch. So the plan for this is to come out the 13th of every month until it's finished. And you never know, it may get some additional time as well. But right now, that's my plan going into 2025. Is that it'll get stitched on the 13th of every month, and then it'll get more of a focus in October as well. Now we're down to the last one. Yay! Finally. It's another long dog. Surprise! I have too many long dogs now. Actually, there's no such thing. This is You Belong to Me from Long Dog Samplers. It is 253 by 313, and it is just, it's a gorgeous pattern. Definitely love the Egyptian theme to it. And it's a very enjoyable stitch. I am using DMC 4025. Oh, and it looks like the color is coming out really well on here. So it's kind of different and blue greens. It's really pretty. I am doing this all on 25 count Potato Lugana. Been following my WIP Parade. You've seen 25 count Potato Lugana a few times. It's kind of my go-to. All right. This has a little start on it, but it does have a start. And I love how the variegation in that floss is playing out on this pattern. I think it's going to be gorgeous when it's finished, and I'm really excited about it. This one is not on my WIPCO board. I only put one of my long dogs on my WIPCO board, and that was Pilgrim. I'm almost at 50% with that. Not quite, but almost there. So I would like to see some real progress on that in 2025. Doesn't mean that none of my other long dogs will make an appearance, but Pilgrim will be my focus piece. And so it will get the 5 days that I have on it for WIPCO, and then I also have it as my stitching on it the 29th of every month for Long Dog Leap Day Sal. So those were all the WIPs that got some attention in 2024. Whether or not, you know, they were out for a long period of time or they were just out to help with an acrostic puzzle I needed to do. That's what I worked on in 2024. My next video is going to be, I've got my older WIPs that I'm going to record next weekend. And then I'm going to be back for my regular every 2-week Flosstube on Wednesday, January 1st, New Year's Day, 2025. I'll talk more about my 2025 plans and show you what I've been working on in the meantime. So I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you choose to celebrate. I hope you're having a wonderful season. I will see you next weekend after Christmas. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and have a very peaceful holiday. Bye. Thanks for joining me.